Lakers crew, hey, welcome back to the channel. It's so good to see all you guys once again. Hey, this is the second time today we're getting this thing rolling. I'm getting used to doing pregame, postgame. I'm gonna get good at it. I'm gonna get the times better, and we're gonna work this thing out. I'm new to this. We're trying to iron it all out before it's preseason for me too. I'm trying to get this thing right. Although it's a little difficult when there's a 3 p.m. tip, a 3 p.m. tip off. It makes things a little difficult. The pregame got up a little late because I was trying to get things together. But hey, we're going to work it out. Like I said, it's preseason. We're ironing everything out. So just work with me. Nevertheless, I'm so glad you guys are all here. Here we are once again. Lakers over everything. If this is your first time checking us out, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and join the family. We would love to have you here. We would love to have you a part of our Lakers crew. I know there's so many other Laker channels. You guys may watch, you guys could watch, but you guys are here watching me for whatever reason. So I'm thankful and I'm grateful, and I want you guys to stick around with me. I want you to stay with me. I want you to be family with me. So hit that subscribe button and join the family over here and rock with me all year long. All right, it's gonna be an amazing year as we're on that journey to championship banner number 18, baby. Yes, mission 18. Reloaded. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's what it's all about. I want to parade. I know you want to parade. I want to see banners fall. I want to see confetti fall. Let's go. Come on, let's do it together. All right. So here we are, you guys. Here we are. Lakers crew. Lakers crew. Lakers crew. Lakers over everything. Do me a favor. If you have not done so already, go over to Instagram and join our Lakers Over Everything Instagram page. During the games, that's where I'm posting pictures. I'm posting videos. I'm posting clips. I'm posting reminders over there for videos that we drop here on the YouTube channel. So it's the official Lakers Over Everything Instagram page. It's Lakers _over_ everything. That's what it is. It's there on the screen for you. It'll be down below in the description box where you can just click it and head on over there. It's fun. We post a lot of things over there, all right? So you can interact with me over there. You can DM with me over there, until we start going live for games. Once we grow, we'll go live for games. We, got to set some more stuff up for that. But, eventually, all right? But for now, you can talk to me and DM me over on Instagram, as we watch the game. All right, so here we are. Lakers were in action today, baby. Yes. Lakers basketball is back. We all know everything kicked off on Sunday. Preseason game number 1 against the Brooklyn Nets. And here we are, preseason game number 2 against the Phoenix Suns. Speaking of that Sunday's game, preseason game 1, I was there. I was at Staples. I was there. I mentioned that I would be there on here, here on the vlog on the channel. And I was there. I did a whole entire vlog. I vlogged for you guys. I did some things. And tomorrow I'm going to get that vlog posted up. Tomorrow or Friday. It'll be up for you guys. May save it for Friday so you have it for the weekend. But yeah, I was there. It was a fun time. It was good to be back at Staples again. If you didn't know, I said it in the pregame show, but I haven't been to Staples Center since the Kobe Bryant Memorial. So it's been a long time since I've been there. It's been a while since I've been to Staples. Of course, we had the entire pandemic last year, so I didn't make it, for the entire year 2020. So it was good to be back, and I'll be there all year long. I'll be there, so I'm excited about that. And I was there on Sunday for you guys, so that vlog will be up so you guys can check it out. All right, if you can't wait until Thursday, you can't wait until Friday, you can head over to my main channel, The Murphy Family. I have a main channel. It's called The Murphy Family. That's my main YouTube channel. You can head over there. That vlog is up. It was a part of Vlogtober. You can go check that out. But if not, wait, it'll be here for you guys. All right. So the Lakers were in action preseason game number 2. It was our first road game, and we are in Phoenix. We all know Phoenix. They eliminated us last year from the playoffs in the first round. AD, of course, he wasn't able to go. He was injured. And it was just all bad from there. They eliminated us in 6 games. We were back in Phoenix. We actually played Phoenix to open up the season. We opened up with Golden State at Staples Center. And then a couple of days later, on October 22nd, Phoenix comes to town. So I'm looking forward to that game. I'll be at that game more than likely. I'll for sure be at the Golden State game, and I think I'll be at the Phoenix game as well. Those first couple of games. But we played Phoenix today. Phoenix they played four of their starters. Everyone was in the lineup, and their starters played big minutes. They treated this as a regular season game. They don't like us. They don't like us. They don't like us. It is what it is. But yeah, they played all their starters. Everyone except Devin Booker. Devin Booker was hurt. Not hurt. Devin Booker he was on the COVID list, right? So he was on the COVID list, and he's working his way back in. He's free. He was at the game tonight, so he's obviously clear from COVID, but he had to train and get back in shape and all that stuff. So yeah, as he prepares to get ready for the season, CP3 did play though, fresh off that big fat contract, that new fat contract he got. He did play, and everyone else played. All four of their starters played. They played heavy minutes. So they took this game seriously. We didn't. Again, we're a new team. We're just trying to, gel and get the chemistry together. Trying to work some things out, see who's, get the rotations a little bit. Not even so much the rotations, because we can't get the rotations because LeBron James didn't play, Russell Westbrook didn't play. So it's kind of hard to get the rotations when you don't have your two superstar starters, two quarters of your big three, right? You don't have them there, so it's kind of difficult to get the rotations. But some of our young guys and everything else. Carmelo Anthony did play. Carmelo Anthony made his debut tonight, so that was pretty cool to see. I wanted to watch the game just for that alone. I wanted to see Melo in that purple and gold. I'm a huge fan of Melo, and I was excited, super pumped when we signed him. And he didn't play on Sunday, but he did play tonight. So AD did play. No LeBron, no Russell Westbrook, no Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard he rested tonight. No Dwight Howard, and also no Trevor Ariza. Trevor Ariza is having he's nursing with that sore foot. It's been keeping him out of practice for the last week, the last few practices. And again, it kept him out of the game today. So no Trevor Ariza. Trevor Ariza did make his debut. All right. And again, no LeBron, no Russ. But Melo did play. Our starting lineup, our starting five consisted of Kendrick Nunn, which he started on Sunday. He started at the point guard. He's obviously our backup point guard. So when Russ is in the lineup, you'll see Nunn. So Kendrick Nunn, Wayne Ellington, who also started on Sunday, and he's rumored to be that starting shooting guard. THT, the young 20-year-old THT, started at the 3. Carmelo Anthony started at the 4, and AD started at the 5. We get used to that. We may see a lot of that this year. AD at the 5. So AD did start at the 5, but when you go small and you only have one other center, that being Deandre Jordan, in the lineup, you kind of have to start AD because DJ comes off the bench. To give AD some rest. It's different when you have Dwight and DJ. You can start another center. But AD did start, and I would expect to see him, there starting. It's just so much more that we can do. He opens, it's an entirely different offense, entirely different team when AD's at the 5. But we'll talk about that in a separate video. So that was your starting lineup. Kendrick Nunn, Wayne Ellington, THT, Carmelo Anthony, and Anthony Davis. All right, so that was your starting lineup. Now let's just get the score out of the way. The score isn't so important. It's the preseason game. We're just trying to work some things out and this and that. So the score was not, it's not important, but they did kind of beat on us. 117 to 105. They kicked our butts. The game wasn't that close. We kind of came back. Now, when the starters were in, it was kind of close, but they pulled away, in the second and third quarter. It is what it is. I'm not so much worried about the score. They took it to us. Let's run down some stats really fast. Anthony Davis played 25 minutes. He actually played, he played in the first preseason game, but he only played the first quarter. So here he played the first quarter, played the second quarter. He came back, out, in the third quarter. So after halftime, he came back. So that was cool to see. He's trying to get in shape, trying to get his body right and all that, trying to get tuned up for the regular season. All right, get back in game shape and all that stuff. Of course, Anthony Davis missed, last season, in the playoffs. He missed a lot of the season. Then he was hurt in the playoffs. So he's trying to get his body right, all right? We'll talk about his thoughts on his body, a little later. He did make some comments about that. We'll talk about that later. But 25 minutes, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. He shot 5 for 14. So he's still trying to get his feet under him. Anthony Davis is a rhythm guy. So he's still trying to get his feet underneath, get his feet under him, getting game shape, all that stuff. So 5 of 14, not the best shooting night. But during the regular season, I think when he struggles like that, he could just go in the post. With him being at the 5, he could just go in the post and get into a rhythm like that. But today, he's trying to get his feet under him, all that good stuff. So, yeah, AD, decent game, 25 minutes, 14 and 8. 2 assists. He came back out, in the third quarter. So that was cool to see. All right. Nothing too much to talk about there. Kendrick Nunn played 27 minutes, 11 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. So Kendrick Nunn, double-digit points, which is good, which is nice. If we get that from him during the regular season, that'll be lovely. All right. THT played, obviously he won't play 27 minutes, because Russ doesn't come off the floor. But if Nunn can get hot, Nunn can get hot. He's a streaky shooter. He's a streaky scorer, rather. He can get hot, and he can fire from the 3. He can do some things. So, if Nunn is averaging 10, 11 points, somewhere around there or a little more, that's big time for us, all right? THT played 24 minutes, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. We'll talk more about THT later. Wayne Ellington played 22 minutes, 5 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist. He was 1 for 3 from 3. That's what he's here for, to shoot those threes, and he shot 1 for 3. So 33%. Obviously, we're going to need him to shoot more. We're going to need him to do more. But obviously, he'll get better looks, when you have LeBron and Russ on the court. So you can't really judge him. But it's good to see him on the floor and trying to get used to being on the floor. Those teammates that are on the floor, AD and whatnot. Carmelo Anthony played again. Carmelo Anthony made his debut. He did start 17 minutes, 8 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. We'll talk about Melo a little bit more later. Austin Reeves played 22 minutes, 10 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists. Austin Reeves, I like his game. He may be a keeper. We'll talk about a little bit about him. Deandre Jordan, 20 points off the bench, 6 points, 7 boards, and 1 assist. Rajon Rondo, 18 minutes off the bench, 4 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists. Kent Bazemore, 15 minutes off the bench, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 0 assists. All right, so those are the main guys. Then obviously you had all the other guys, Shondi Brown, Joe Ayayi, Mac McClung. Mac McClung actually didn't play tonight. And all those other guys. But those were the main guys, your starters and your rotation guys. That's what they did. All right. So let's talk about, I forgot one. Malik Monk, my player of the game, Malik Monk. 22 minutes off the bench, 22 minutes, 18 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists. Let's just start with Malik Monk. He impressed once again. He impressed on Sunday off the bench. He had a great game on Sunday. He had an even better game today. So on Sunday, the first game, his Lakers debut against the Brooklyn Nets, preseason game 1. Yeah, he had 15 points, shot 7-11 from the field in game 1. So he had a heck of a game 1. And how did he follow that up tonight? He had 18 points, 7-11 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3, 3 assists. Man, and he was instant offense, instant offense. Game 1, that first preseason game, he had 8 points, He went on an 8-0 run by himself. Tonight, the scoring continued. He's earned that nickname Microwave because that man can get hot. Once he sees one goes in, he's hot. He's instant offense. Exactly what we need off the bench, something we lacked last year, something we even lacked the year prior, but it looks like we may have solved that problem with Malik Monk. And then you throw in Kendrick Nunn there too, 11 points off the bench for Nunn. Melo, 8 points for Melo off the bench. Melo started, but more than likely during the regular season, he'll come off the bench. We have some scorers who can come in and score off the bench, provide some offense off the bench. So I'm excited about that, but I'm very, very excited about Malik Monk. We'll talk a little bit more about him a little later, but I'm very, very excited about him. Yes, I Yes, Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves. We know he got that 14th roster spot. And I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing from Austin Reeves. Obviously, he's not playing big minutes. He won't play big minutes. Tonight, he played, 22 minutes. During the regular season, he won't play that unless we're sitting our guys, sitting our starters, sitting our superstars, which we'll do a lot this year. But Austin Reeves, 10 points. He had a good game on Sunday, too. He's out there hustling. He's not afraid to take the shot. He's not afraid to shoot the three. I like Austin Reeves, so he may be someone to keep around, which we'll talk about that a little more later. That's one of my highlights of the night, one of my points that I wanted to make for the night. You look at the rest of the scoring. Our young three, THT, Malik Monk, and Kendrick Nunn, they combined for 40 points. I wanted to see those three. I want to watch them during the preseason. It's not a lot you can take away from preseason, especially when you don't have Russ and LeBron playing, right? But something that we can take away, something that is important to look at, is our young guys. I want to see how they're playing. I want to see how they look on the floor. I want to see how comfortable they look. I want to see how they're developing. They combined for 40 points, which is big, big, big. Imagine if we get that kind of production during the regular season, and we just may, because those guys will be in the rotation, especially Monk. Monk is proving that, I'm going to need some minutes. I think he may be in the starting lineup, which we'll talk about, but he's definitely showing that he's going to need some minutes. He's going to command some minutes. And THT, obviously, we paid THT this year, so THT is going to get some minutes. And Kendrick Nunn, he's our backup point guard. He's going to get some minutes. He's the only one that's not here on a 1 year, other than our stars and THT. He's the only one that's not here on a 1 year vet minimum deal. He's on a 2 year deal, mid-level. Our mid-level exception. We expect to play him. So that was encouraging to see 40 points from our three youngsters. In this preseason game. That's something to watch out for, something to look out for during the preseason, how those three play. And, they play pretty well. THT, let's talk about THT. Mixed reaction on THT tonight. We paid him, we kept him. Caruso's gone, we kept THT. It wasn't like we kept one over the other. It was just contractually, luxury taxes and all that. It worked out better for us to keep THT. Obviously, THT is a clutch client, right? THT is a champion. He was here, part of our championship roster. And he emerged last year in the preseason. THT came out strong. And everyone was talking about THT. He's the future. And I'm not giving up on THT yet, but I haven't been impressed these first two preseason games. I just expect to see a big jump, right? I expected to see, some development, and I just haven't seen it yet, right? Not saying he's been playing horrible. He just hasn't impressed me. He hasn't made that jump that I expected to see. But THC is 20 years old, so I'm not giving up on him yet. However, let me say this. He's going to have to show. He's going to have to show, the improvements in his game. He's going to have to contribute, because this is a championship team. LeBron James is in year 19. We have one goal and one goal only. That's to win championship banner number 18. So, yeah, they paid him also. They also paid him. It's not like THT is here on a vet minimum contract like a lot of these guys. No, THT is paid, $10, $11 million this year. $9, $10, $11 million this year, and for the next few years. So THC has to, he's going to have to step up. We need him. I understand he's young, but hey, he's going to have to step up. He's been here for a few years. We're going to need THT. THT could be that wild card for us. He can be that difference maker for us. Or if not, unfortunately, I don't want to say this, but if THT doesn't improve, THT does fall, and he's not what we need him to be, THT may be traded, come trade deadline, all that. I'm not going to talk about that. We're going to give him a chance. It's just I expect to see more. I expect to see more in these first two preseason games. I was talking to my boy Kimbo, he'll be on the channel real soon. Lakers Kimbo, he'll be here real soon on the channel with on here working with me, running the channel and things. We had some mixed feelings about THT, so we're not going to talk too much. We're not going to be down on him too much. It was just the first half. He was like kind of non-existent. Obviously, he started, and I forgot the man was on the floor. It was like 4-on-5 out there. He wasn't doing anything. He was kind of letting the game come to him. He wasn't being as aggressive. Which when you have AD and you have Melo on the floor, I guess that's kind of understandable. So he just has to find his way. He has to find his balance. You know, when he's coming off the bench, I guess he can be a little more aggressive. Now, the second half, he was a lot more aggressive. In particular, when AD was off the court and Melo was off the court, he was very aggressive. So maybe that's what it is. But we got to figure out a balance because, Russ is going to be on the floor. LeBron's going to be on the floor. So THT may just have to come off the bench. He may not be able to be a starter. He may just have to come off the bench, when our scores are out. But if that's the case, we're going to need him to be aggressive. We're going to need him to score, all right? We're going to need him to play defense. We're going to need him to do the things, take that next jump, take that next level. So let's see what THT does. We'll talk a lot about him all year long, obviously, just because he's young, right? And he's a young guy we paid. He's going to be here for a while, for a few years, and probably longer after that, in the future. We want THT to be a piece. We want him to be a Laker. We want him to be a part of the Lakers' future. All right, so THT, comment down below. Let me know how you guys feel about THT. Let me know if you watched the game, how you thought he played tonight, also on Sunday. I'm looking forward to seeing more from THT. Kendrick Nunn, I like Kendrick Nunn. Backup point guard, great guy. Let's jump into some points. I have a few points that I wanted to make about tonight's game. Not just tonight, but about the preseason so far. Again, and we say all this, you have to take it with a grain of salt because it's a small sample size. This is only preseason game number 2. A lot of other teams, they value the preseason a lot more than we do. We're just trying to get our feet under us, all that stuff. So, we got to wait. We have 4 more preseason games to play. But it's just when you have high expectations this year, you want to see everything. You want to see how it works out. You're playing for the Lakers. You got on the purple and gold. So you're playing under under a magnifying glass. Probably under a microscope. I probably was about to say it better the first time. So we're going to dissect and look at everything. But some points. AD he looks a lot stronger, guys. AD looks a lot stronger. Before AD last year, and AD will be falling all over the court, falling down and all that stuff. He looks a lot stronger. Obviously, he did put on some muscle because he's gonna play the 5 a lot this year. But he looks good. All right, he's still trying to get his footing. Still it was a lot of shots that he was throwing up that he was missing. Some shots that we want to see him make. In the paint and mid range and whatnot. So those will come as he gets his legs under him more and more. They'll come as he gets more and more into game shape. They'll come again. AD missed a lot of basketball last year. It's been noted. It's been reported that long championship run. Long 2020 championship run. AD never experienced that. In New Orleans, the furthest they got was the second round, right? A few years back, second round, I forget the year, but they went to the second round. They swept Portland in the first round, Dame Lillard in Portland, and then they went to the second round, and then they lost to the Golden State Warriors, who won the championship. So, so he hadn't had a long run in the playoffs. 2020 came, he had all these expectations, he had the limelight on him. This, that. It was a lot to carry. A lot was on his shoulders. And he delivered, He delivered. We won an NBA championship. But he went deep into the playoffs for the first time of his career. Went all the way to the finals. And then we win the championship. So you add on all the baggage and all the stress and everything about that. Of course, great thing. Happy. But there was a lot. That's a lot on the body. That's a lot physically. That's a lot emotionally. All that stuff. So, right after that, 70 days later, it was game 1 of the regular season. So his body suffered. We all know AD was hurt last year. We know what it is, but he does look a lot healthy. And I'm interested, looking forward to seeing him get more and more in shape. His quotes after the game in his post-game press conference, he said he feels fine physically. His body feels great. Nothing hurts. He feels great. So he said that himself. He said he's just trying to get his feet under him. He's still trying to get into game shape, get his legs under him, all that good stuff. So as I think AD will probably play all six preseason games. I think. Not saying that he needs to, but I think he will. Just to get back in shape and get his body right, all that good stuff. Game shape and all that. Again, tonight he did come out and play. He played, the first half, and then he came out and played, in the third quarter. So after halftime, he came back out and played. So that was pretty cool to see, pretty nice to see. So AD looks great, looks healthy. Those shots will start to fall. He looks a lot stronger. All right, Melo. My next point, Melo. Melo made his debut, and Melo is a walking bucket, baby. Melo, the first 8 minutes he was out there, he had 6 points. 6 points in 8 minutes. I don't even think it was 8 minutes. I think it was 6 points in 6 minutes. He balled. I love Melo. I'm excited to see Melo. Whether Melo starts, whether Melo comes off the bench, Melo is a bucket. He's a walking bucket. He scored that mid-roll, the mid-range. He scored in the post. He had a dunk, another easy layup. Melo looks great. I'm excited to see Melo. It's only going to get better. So Melo is a walking bucket. Melo is a cheat code. I'm going to love seeing Melo. I'm going to love having Melo on this team. I think Melo, whether he starts or comes off the bench, I think Melo will definitely be one of our closers. He'll be in that closing lineup. I'm going to do a whole video talking about Melo. But yeah, I'm excited to have Melo. I'm excited to see Melo. All right. Malik Monk. We talked about Malik Monk a lot. You guys know how I feel about him, how excited I am about him. I'm raving over him. I'm drooling over him. I'm loving Malik Monk. Malik Monk, my next point, he just might work his way into the starting lineup, guys. He may be a starter. He is balling. Out of everyone who's played, he's been he's been that guy for us. Everyone competing for minutes and competing for that 2 spot. You got Wayne Ellington, you got Kent Bazemore, maybe throw THT in the mix. Malik Monk has outshined all of them. Offensively, now defensively, he still has a lot of work to do. But the team in general, we do as a team in general. That'll come. We'll continue to work on that. But offensively, Malik Monk has shined. All right, he's come off the bench. I would like to see if they throw him in the starting lineup. But it doesn't matter. If he starts, if he comes off the bench, the man can score. He's instant offense. He's what we need. You think of Lou Williams, right? You think of those guys. That's what Malik Monk is. Instant offense from 3, just all over. He caught the lob today, so the man can dunk. He's so versatile offensively. He can also facilitate, be a de facto point guard when needed. I'm excited about Malik Monk, but he just may steal a spot in the starting lineup. The rumor is Wayne Ellington is penciled in to start there. Now, obviously, Wayne Ellington is that sharpshooter. He's a better 3-point shooter. Although, he has a slow start. It hasn't shown in these first 2 games, but again, it's a small sample size. And things will be a lot different when you have Russell Westbrook and LeBron James out there. So he'll get even more open shots. But Monk has been hitting the 3. Tonight, he was 4 of 7 from 3. So yeah, I'm loving Monk. I'm loving Monk. Who's to say he may work his way in that starting lineup? Ellington, again, if Wayne Ellington is the guy, Wayne Ellington is not a good defender. Monk is not a good defender. Maybe as a team they can be, with the rest of the team, but individually, no, they're not. So it's a wash there. If you're going defense and you got Kent Bazemore, Kent Bazemore is the better defender out of the 3. But man, it's just crazy. We have so much depth and we can do so many different things. But Monk is making it hard for Vogel because Vogel's definitely gonna have to find some minutes for Monk, whether starting or off the bench. I'm excited about Malik Monk. All right. My next point, Deandre Jordan. Deandre Jordan, he came off the bench today. I don't know. I'm just gonna say it. I'm not hating or anything. But he just looks, it's definitely not the same DeAndre Jordan. I don't know. I don't know if he'll be on the court that much, right? we tried to go back to what we did in 2020 when we had JaVale and Dwight. I'm loving Dwight. Dwight looked good. I'm excited about Dwight, whether he starts or comes off the bench. I would prefer to have him come off the bench just because I don't know if Deandre Jordan can really be on the floor like that. Deandre Jordan may just be like one of those bench guys, and keep the team intact, and cheer, right? And be a locker room guy and all that stuff. Help the young guys and all that. I can't see DeAndre Jordan playing a lot of minutes. Just from what I've seen from him in the preseason. I don't know. I prefer to have AD start at the 5, and you have Dwight Howard come in. When have Dwight come in when AD needs the rest, and keep DeAndre on the bench. All right. No hate. I'm just saying. He looks old out there. He looks slow. He looks old. Last year, what was one of the main things everyone was mad about? Marc Gasol, how slow he looked. DeAndre Jordan don't look any faster. All right, so it is what it is. I'm sorry, guys. My next point, Kendrick Nunn will be a very, very nice backup point guard for us. Kendrick Nunn, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Obviously, we have Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook plays a lot of minutes. But Nunn can play off ball too. He can play the 2. But when he comes in and as the point guard, I like it. I like Kendrick Nunn. He's very fast, very quick, has amazing handles. And again, he's a streaky scorer. So he can put up some points. When he's hot, he can put up some points. So I would like to see him develop more defensively, right? But yeah, I'm loving Kendrick Nunn. I'm loving him as the backup point guard. I'm so glad that he's here. I'm so glad that he is here. My next point, Rondo looks nice. Rondo still has something left in the tank. You can just tell he's excited to be back. There was a little report came out. He said that he cried when the Lakers asked him to come back. He was super excited. Something else that I noticed about Rondo, somebody said it, and I went back and looked, and it was true. Ever since Rondo won the 2020 championship when he left, when he won the 2020 championship with us, he didn't post anything on Instagram. From that point on, all the way through, he never posted anything on his Instagram. When he came back to LA, when he re-signed, he started posting on Instagram again. So it was Rondo probably had a miserable time all that time he was gone. But I'm not mad. He went and got paid, right? And everything worked out. Obviously, he got bought out. The Clippers, he got bought out. He got traded last year with the Clippers from Atlanta to the Clippers. The Clippers, he didn't have a role with the Clippers. He didn't fit with Kawhi and all those guys. Remember him and Kawhi got into it. It was that one game where Rondo, set Kawhi up for a game-winning shot. Kawhi missed it tremendously. I don't even think he hit the rim. And then Rondo and Kawhi bumped heads a little bit. And after that, Rondo kind of was worked out of rotation. He had a lot of DNPs, coach's decisions, right? Did not play, coach's decision. So he after that, it was just all bad. He was just on the bench. Then they traded him to Memphis. Then obviously Memphis bought him out, and now he's a Laker. But it all worked out because he didn't lose any money. Because what he lost in Memphis, we gave to him. We gave that back to him in his vet minimum contract. So I'm glad Rondo's back. Whether Rondo's on the floor, whether he's in the locker room, whether he's on the bench, he's just a great guy to have. He's a future Hall of Famer. He knows what it takes to win. And he's a coach. He's a future coach. I hope that he's the Lakers coach someday. Because Rondo is smart. His IQ, he will be a great coach in this league. So I hope he's a future Lakers coach. No shade to Frank Vogel or anything, but I hope Rondo is a future Lakers coach. All right. So Rondo, but just him being out on the floor, you can see the excitement. You can see the decision making. You can see him setting guys up. Rondo still has something left. And playoff Rondo, I think playoff Rondo is still real. So let's hope we see some playoff Rondo this year, all right? All right, so I'm happy he's back. The next point, Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves may be a keeper. I like the young boy, right? I like him. He's not afraid to shoot the three. He'll take it to the rim. He hustles out there. He hustles on defense. He plays some defense. With Phil Handy and all that. Phil Handy is probably one of the best player development coaches in the entire NBA, right? So I love to see what Phil Handy can do with him and Austin Reeves being around this championship team, being around all these Hall of Famers, and Rondo and Dwight and Melo and LeBron and Russ and AD, all these Hall of Famers, right? And then other guys, these vets like Trevor Ariza and Kip Bazemore, Wayne Ellington, he can soak a lot in. So Austin Reeves may be a keeper. I'm excited about that young guy, and I hope, he continues to develop and he'll stick around. All right. My next point, we still have a lot of work to do defensively, but that's expected. This is only preseason game number 2. It hasn't even been a full week of camp yet, so we'll work that thing out. But obviously Frank Vogel, he's a defensive-minded coach. AD, our superstar, he's a defense first type of guy. He's a two-way player, right? Two-way star. But I think he prides himself on defense. So I think it'll come together with time. It may not all come together before October 19th, but it will all come together before we get to the playoffs, all that stuff. But the last couple of years, the Lakers have prided themselves on defense. They've made their name on that end of the floor. And we kind of need to do the same thing. If we get offense, we're going to be fine. With these guys, all these weapons we have, these scores we have, these shooters we have, these superstars we have, we will be fine offensively. But if we can just, if we can be good defensively, right? If we can be, top 10, top 11, top 12 defensively, then the league is in trouble, all right? So, defensively we got a lot of work to do, but we'll get to work. They'll put in the work. LeBron said it best. His best part, his most favorite part of the season is the work. Putting in the work. So yeah, we're gonna put in the work, and we're gonna get this thing ironed out. But we have a lot of work to do because we look bad out there defensively. AD looked good, but that's about it. Everyone else looked pretty bad out there defensively. So we'll get it right. We'll get it right. And another thing, my last point is rebounding. We got out rebounded on Sunday. We got out rebounded today. Now today we played a smaller lineup. It was pretty much all throughout the game. It was Anthony Davis and all guards on the floor. That was the lineup, except when Melo was out there. Now Melo started the game, and then we played 3 guards to start with Nunn, Ellington, and THT. Now the second half, we switched it up a little bit. Rondo started, because Melo didn't play the second half. Rondo came in and Bazemore started, and then 2 other guards. So it was AD and 4 guards. So yeah, no Dwight tonight. But we got to get it together. I'm not so much worried about it. It was just a point I wanted to bring up. But we got to get that together. Boxing out. AD mentioned that in his pregame, his postgame interview from night 1, game 1, the boxing out. But tonight we boxed out and we still got out rebounded. It was some plays in there where Ayton was just reaching right over those guys and grabbing rebounds. What you expect. Ayton is 7 foot, 7'1", whatever. So we'll get that ironed out, but don't be afraid because LeBron James and Russell Westbrook aren't on the floor. We all know LeBron James can rebound. He averages 8 rebounds a night. And then we know what Russell Westbrook does. Mr. Triple-Double, double-digit rebounds every single night. Maybe the smallest guy on the floor, but he plays like he's the biggest. You heard him say growing up, his favorite Laker was Pau Gasol. His favorite player was Pau Gasol because Pau could do it all: rebound, score, shoot, handles, all that stuff. And he said that he plays big. He tries to play big like Pau. So that's why he's up grabbing the rebounds and very animated when he does it. So Russ, is going to be Russ. Russ is going to grab a lot of rebounds, so that's something to look forward to. It may be something that we need. Russ and LeBron grabbing rebounds. So I think that'll correct itself. That'll work itself out. But the small things, continue to box out and things like that, the fundamentals of the game, we want to make sure we're doing that, doing these preseason games, all right? So, yeah, rebounding, we got out rebounded again tonight. We got out rebounded on Sunday, but that will work itself out. When we get Russ and all that, when we get Russ and LeBron in there. Again, no Dwight. So Dwight coming off the bench or Dwight starting, whatever, I think he can grab double-digit rebounds as well. AD, the more minutes he plays, he'll grab double-digit rebounds. So, we got to be a great rebounding team, especially on the defensive end. We want to play great defense and challenge shots and force missed shots, grab the rebounds, and go in transition. We're going to pride ourselves in transition. We want to be the number one transition team in the entire NBA like we were in 2020 when we won the championship. We obviously have Russell Westbrook, so we want to go, we want to go, we want to go. And to do that, you have to grab rebounds. You want to create steals. You want to make steals, right? Get steals, get interceptions, all that stuff. But you want to, force missed shots. You want to challenge shots. You want to grab boards, and you want to run. All right, so we got to grab boards. We can't give up offensive boards, which we gave up a lot on Sunday. We gave up some tonight. So we got to correct all that, but we will. All right, Russ is probably one of the best in the league at grabbing that board and taking off. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see all that play out, all that come together. Man, Russell Westbrook, it's going to be amazing. All right, so those are my points that I wanted to talk about tonight. What else was there? Any questions you guys have, comment down below. Once I get the notification, I'll make sure I'll answer them, or DM me. You can always DM me because I can get to those a lot faster if you have questions or anything. Let's see. Vogel on Russell Westbrook and LeBron James. He said they will for sure play in at least 2. We have 4 more preseason games remaining. Vogel said that Russ and LeBron will play in at least 2 of the 4. But he said not limited to only 2, so maybe they'll play in more. It kind of depends on them. I think they're sitting out because they want to sit out. Hopefully we'll see them in the next preseason game. But for sure, we'll get to catch them in 2 of the 4 preseason games. I think that they'll play on Friday against Golden State. And then that'll be game 3, and then maybe they'll play in game 4 or 5, and I think they'll sit in the final preseason game. They won't play in that one. Expect Russ to make his debut real soon. When the media asked AD about it, they asked AD about when he expects him to play. He said, he had a little funny comment. He said he doesn't know what those 2 knuckleheads have in store when they plan on coming. However, he does know that they're excited to get on the court. So expect Russ to make his debut real soon. I'm excited about that. I can't wait to see that. Also, AD and Melo, they played together for the first time tonight. They both raved about each other, and they both pretty much share the same sentiment. They got to get used to playing with one another. Obviously they're going to be on the court a ton together this year. Maybe in the starting lineup, maybe in the closing lineups. They'll get more adjusted, more used to one another. Melo's first bucket actually was off of pick and roll with the AD. AD set the pick. He handed that ball off. Melo came around the corner, and scored. So that was real nice. That may not have been the first bucket. No, that wasn't the first bucket. But that was one of his buckets. So that was real nice to see. It'll be fun to see a lot of that. I'm excited to see those 2 guys together. It's a dream come true. 2 of my favorite players. Carmelo Anthony's I've been a fan of his for a long time, since his Denver days, even his year at Syracuse and all that. Obviously, this is year 19 for him. He came in the league the same time as LeBron, and I've been following his career. I've been loving him. I loved him in New York. Loved him in when he came back. Portland gave him a chance. I've been wanting him here in LA. Now he's here, so I love him even more. So I'm excited about Melo. All right, and then AD. I'm a huge AD fan. One of my favorite players in the NBA. He was my favorite Now he's one of my favorites, but he can gain that title back if he, does what he needs to do this year. So I'm excited to see Melo and AD playing together. Pretty cool. I think that's it. I did mention that our young three, THT, Kendrick Nunn, Malik Monk, they combined to score 40 points. So that was very exciting to see. We need some nights like that, during the regular season. If they can do that, woo-wee. If they can do that, man, we're going to be all right. I'm excited about that. One other thing, Frank Vogel did mention Shondi Brown. Shondi Brown, he is making a case for that second two-way spot. So I don't know exactly how many two-way spots the Lakers can have. Maybe it's only two. Now, I know Joe Ayayi has one of them right now. And Vogel said Shondi Brown is making a case to get that second spot. He played well tonight. He played well on Sunday. So continue that's someone to continue to look out for. All right, I'm trying to make sure, going through all my notes, make sure I touched on everything. Anything that I forgot, y'all hit me up. Like I said, comment here. Hit me up, DM me on the Lakers Over Everything Instagram page, Lakers_over_everything. Hit me up, DM me there. Make sure you go over there and you follow us there. We'll post tons of pictures, tons of videos. Like for instance, during the game, we posted, because I haven't set up the Twitter yet. I'll set all that stuff up before the season starts. But I use Instagram. Out of all the social media, I probably use Instagram the most. Besides Facebook. I still use Facebook. But I use Facebook a lot to talk sports a lot, and talk a lot of, my friends and family. We go back and forth about different things on there, sports-wise, talking smack and all that stuff. But Instagram, I do use Instagram a lot. So we'll set up Twitter, all that. But so you can always hit me up on IG, DM me. As you see, if you go over there, you'll notice that during the game, I was posting a lot on Instagram. Like for instance, I did post Carmelo Anthony's first bucket, his first points. I posted those there. I post a lot when they travel, and they have those photos of them getting in the planes and all that stuff. I'll post that, photos of arriving to the arena. You see, I have a video of LeBron James. If you look at our Instagram story, LeBron James and Russell Westbrook did work out intensely before the game. And I found that video of LeBron dunking. So we post a lot of stuff, there in the stories, there on IGTV, and then just there in the post. So check us out over there. All right, as we go, this video is long, but again, it's a post-game show. I'm going to have everything set up, organized, where we have playlists. We'll have like pre-game, because we're going to try to do pre-game shows. We're going to try to do post-game shows. So I have a playlist for our pre-game stuff. I have a playlist for our post-game stuff. I have a playlist for the media sessions, right? The post-game and post-practice media sessions, all that stuff. I'm going to get all that stuff organized, get all that stuff set up. Like I said, I'm trying to get everything in order before the season starts. So y'all bear with me, all right? But that's coming real soon. So work with me, I'll get all that stuff set up, so we'll have, some organization here on the channel. We'll start going live more. We'll do a lot of different things. We're going to do a lot of things. Again, work with me. I'm trying to figure this thing out. When I initially started the channel, the pandemic happened. Last year, when I started the channel, the pandemic happened, and then the channel got put on the shelf because of the pandemic, all that stuff. Just had so many other things going on, and I was stuck at home. The kids were home, so it was kind of hard to do it, to carve out the time to do it. But we're full force. We're going now. We have goals. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're hovering around 500. We're almost at 500. And I'm thankful for all, 493 of you guys, and I'm thankful for all the new ones who will come. So, you guys are my OGs. So continue to rock with me all year long. Make sure you turn on the notification bell. So when we drop these videos, you can watch them, and you can watch them first. All right, since you guys are my first. We're going to do a lot of fun things. It's going to be a fun season. Buckle up. We're in for the ride. We have a full 82-game season left, plus 4 more preseason games. So we can do this 86 more times, post-game, pre-games, and all that stuff. I'm trying my best to do it. Sometimes when I'm at the stadium, when I go to the games, it may be a little difficult When you think you have a 7 p.m. tip-off, I could do a pregame show, but it's going to be difficult for me to do a postgame show because I'm at the arena. By the time I leave the arena and get home and all that stuff, the game's over at 10, 10:30, whatever. It'll be late. So sometimes I may just post, the press conferences, the highlights, or sometimes I may post someone else's, another channel's post game or whatever the case may be. I'll figure it out. Sometime if I can do pre-games from Staples Center, I would love to do that. It's just Staples Center doesn't have the best Wi-Fi. So if I could get outside and figure something out, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. All right. Maybe one of you guys can jump on sometime and do a post-game show. Then I have my boy, Lakers Kimbo. He'll be on here. He can do post-game shows sometimes. And I can call in or whatever. So we will figure this thing out. All right. So once again, preseason game number 2 is in the books. The Lakers fall 117 to 105, but we don't really care about the score. We are 0-2 in the preseason, but that doesn't really matter either. What matters is us getting our footing, getting the chemistry, all that good stuff. All right, and we're continuing to do that. Our next game this week, Friday night, October 8th. The Lakers travel to Golden State. Yeah, they travel up to Golden State to take on the Golden State Warriors. One thing to note, in this game, we go back to a 7 p.m. tip. The first game on Sunday, preseason game 1, was an early tip. It was a 12:30 tip, so a noon tip. And then tonight was early. It was 3 p.m. tip. I'm speaking Pacific Coast time, LA time. So Sunday we will get back to 7 p.m. tip. So that's pretty cool. That'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that game. Obviously, Golden State, we opened the season up against Golden State on October 19th at Staples Center. But this game is up at the Chase Center. I believe that's what it's called, the Chase Center. So that'll be fun to watch. Steph Curry, I don't know if he's going to play or not. Draymond and, all their guys. I believe Andrew Wiggins got vaccinated. So he's able to play now. Before he wasn't vaccinated, so he wasn't able to play or practice. But I believe he's now vaccinated, so I think he's playing. Wiseman and all the other guys they have up there. So that'd be pretty cool to see. No Clay. I think Clay will be back in like January or something, somewhere around then. It'll still be fun nevertheless to see Golden State. Obviously, the last time we seen them was last year in the play-in tournament. That classic, the instant classic between the Lakers and the Golden State Warriors. LeBron hit that deep 3, to seal the game and to send us into the playoffs. So that'll be pretty fun to see. Golden State. And again, we do open up the season against them on October 19th. All right, so this has been fun. I know a long video, but it's the post-game video. So those will run a little long sometimes, as I talk, dive into stats and all that stuff. It's the Lakers. I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. We're gonna find a medium. We're gonna find a good time to get these videos in. When to stop them, all that stuff. But right now, I'm just yapping away. All right. So if you watched the entire video, thank you. If you watched any of the video, thank you. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Talk to me down below. This is our channel, so I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear what you got to say. This has been Lakers Over Everything. I know by the time this gets uploaded to YouTube, it's going to be super late. So if you're catching this tomorrow or whatever the case may be, it's all good, baby. It's all good. We don't play again until Friday, so it's all good. You got Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. You got all day tomorrow to get caught up in today's game. Thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, I'm Marcel Murphy. It's purple and gold till we die. Purple and gold we ride, baby. Lakers over everything. Thank you guys for tuning in. Preseason game number 2 is in the books. This has been your Lakers Over Everything post-game show, post-game wrap-up. I will see you guys again on Friday. We'll have some other videos up tomorrow and Friday during the day, but I'll see you guys face-to-face again on Friday for the pregame and postgame. Y'all be blessed. Until then, y'all stay safe. Lakers Over Everything. We out, baby. Peace.